What is happening? What is up, guys? So this video is going to be really focused on the timing of how to make the most money possible in this next coming bull run. So if you follow this channel, you know where we are at in the market cycle. We are at or near the bottom. Obviously, things can always go lower and things can change a lot with regulation and everything around the corner. But we cannot predict those things. We can get a basic understanding of it. We know that the CEO of Quant is literally the guy behind the scenes who is making some of these standardizations for these cryptos. And if I can't imagine the guy who is creating these standardizations, he had an ICO, he had all these things. I just don't think that regulation will be as bad as people think. I did before. I changed my mind on this because of these reasons. You have these guys that are so connected, and then they have these projects. Do you really think that they're going to be the ones creating the system behind the scenes, and they're going to allow these, they put their hard-earned time and money and everything into these projects. They're going to, let the regulators and it's just not going to go down like that. We might have a scare where they say something like, oh, but then Congress comes out and flips it around. But long term, these projects will be around. So I'm not really scared anymore of the staking and all of that stuff being listed as securities. And I haven't decided if that's because they very well could do that. It's just those cryptos like Quant, all the ISO compliant coins, they could have to list as securities. They would just have to go through steps to do it. It wouldn't be the end of those projects, but it would weed out a lot of other ones that don't have the means to go through that process. Anyways, I wanted to really dig into how you can make money, the most amount of money. This is the most risk to reward ratio I've found personally. I've done it quite a few times. So you have, your blue chip BTC, Ethereum, all these coins. Getting into these is way more secure. They're going to be around in the next bull run and previous bull runs after, multiple runs. They've done it 3 times, 4 times already. And there's just not a ton. Obviously, it's crypto. There's a lot of risk, but you're also not going to make that much money getting into them unless one of them really, really takes off. And when I say that, I mean, you're not going to 1000X Bitcoin from here. It's just not as likely. Over time, absolutely, I believe that could happen. But within the next few years, you're not going to get those kind of returns from these cryptos up in this range. So then you get into these mid-tier where these coins have, it gets a little riskier playing with them, but they have more upside. If something, gets a little traction, you can have big spikes in volatility and they can push the price up a lot more. I like to trade with these coins more because they still have all the liquidity and people interested in them, but they can get bigger spikes. You see more volatility when they go up. And things like to shoot up into this range and then fade out. There's some ones that have been around, through this last bull cycle. We didn't have Solana and Avalanche and things like that in this, and then boom, then they're up in here now. Last cycle it was Litecoin, Tron, and the things like Chainlink. So go even further down the list. This is the money zone. I love when cryptos get into this range. This is kind of like, hey, you've made it to the big stage. So this is where I look to take profits from where we go next. The next range, I love getting. Ooh, there's Casper. This 100 from anywhere from like 85 actually, all the way to 200 is where I like to go. I like to do all my research on these coins, everything in here. Go through, and some of them, you could have scam coins, you can have meme coins, you can have everything's in this range. This is where nobody knows where anything's going, but if you can find a gem in this anywhere from 200 to 85 on CoinMarketCap, those are the ones where you can break out. you can find top 10 cryptos in this range. I honestly believe that. I personally think you have to do a ton of research, and that's what I do on my channel, to find them. But there's things like Immutable X, Wax, Energy Web token is a huge one. Do I think this could be a top 20 project in the next bull run? Absolutely. I absolutely think that, because I've done the research on it. And I know all the connections they have, and that's where we're headed. It stays within my thesis of where, you know, the World Economic Forum is pushing us, and everything that has to do with that project, I believe, can be a top 10, top 20 project next bull run. It is sitting here with a, you know, $1 billion market cap. Wait, that's volume, sorry. $100 million market, $116 million market cap, nothing. This thing can, in the heights and the euphoria of the next bull run, could be absolutely massive. We're talking $100 coin easily. Let's do this. Let's plug it into our. So this is, you have to remember, this is in the bottom of a bear market. So plugging it into something like Ethereum's market cap would be completely feasible, because Ethereum will be so much higher in the future. So let's scroll all the way down to, I guess I could just plug it in, couldn't I? Energy Web. Oop. What is the ticker? I forgot. Dude, computer, stop. Oh, that's on EWT, that's right. EWT, Energy Web. Plug it in. Let's go Ethereum. Market cap of Ethereum right now, that's a 1000X. 1000X. If it gains the adoption that we are talking about, you can buy a $3 token right now and have it end up being a $3,643 token. Those returns are absolutely possible. Are they likely? Not. You would have to do a ton of research and find the coins that can do it. You're going to be able to just buy anything and have it do this. But something like Energy Web absolutely does have the potential to do this kind of a move. I've seen it. I've done it. Do your research. Don't just follow me. Follow a bunch of people doing research on those tokens. A lot of people can, watch me trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I find the most value in this $200 to $100 range with new coins that are going to be pushing into the next cycle. Casper was one of those that I've covered that quite a few times, and it has already made that move. It went from this range. I was buying when I think it was like 200 on CoinMarketCap, and now it's at 100. Now, it was born in my Bane voice. I was born in a bear market. It was born in the bear market. It hasn't seen a pump cycle through a bull cycle, and it is the absolute best tech, in my opinion, right now for layer one. It is so sick. They have their new NFT licensing. You know how Google used to say, like, don't be evil? Their licensing is like can't be evil NFT licenses for these institutions to use. It's so cool. It's private, public, blockchain, everything. Go watch my Casper video if you haven't seen it. The breakdown on Casper is awesome. But it was in this area, and boom, made a ton of money off of Casper, moving up 100 spots, and it hasn't even seen a bull market yet. Casper will be, mark my words, will be in the top 20 next bull cycle. I believe that with all of my heart. So coming in here and finding, I'll give you a few of these other ones that I think could move up into that 100 range. iExec RLC, do a deep dive on that. Their circulating supply has been getting moved out closer and closer to that max supply over the last year, and that is a project that go check out. Chico Crypto and iExec RLC. He does a good breakdown on this. Definitely worth it. Illuvium massive player. I hate this circulating supply. All of these tokens that are doing like Metaverse and are with Animoca Brands, which is a huge brand. You want to pay attention to these. Trust me, Illuvium, Blocktopia, any of those, they have circulating supply that is just dog shit compared to its max supply, and that scares people. But Illuvium is a real project. It is legit. I will probably be picking some of this up once I feel like the bottom is in, and it's in my range. It's 187 on CoinMarketCap. Can it break into the top 100? Of course, absolutely believe that. It was once $1,000 coin, so you're looking at $48 right now, and I think blockchain will affect gaming more than any other aspect in the near future. It'll be the easiest to adopt for gaming. There's things that blockchain is going to change, healthcare and insurance and everything we go over, but there's a lot of regulations and stuff with those industries, and with gaming, it's just such a smooth fit, and that's why I think a lot of these gaming tokens over the next 5 years will be massive plays, and this is the time to buy in the bottom of a bear market. Don't buy it when it's $1,000 and you think it's going to go to $10,000. Buy it now. It goes from $48, then it goes to $10,000. Done it, guys. This is how it's done. You don't want to be buying. Something to be said. Bitcoin will lead the next bull market, so being in Bitcoin is a good idea. But also, with Bitcoin coming, I think we're going to retrace it to the Fibonacci levels, and then we're going to keep going down. So being in these alts will spike, I believe, in this retracement, and that's what it did in previous cycles. Into that retracement back up, the alts really, really pop. Then you want to go into Bitcoin or even stables, and then get into Bitcoin for that next, when we hit that next bull cycle, you're going to be able to take your Bitcoin profits and then put them into that rotational altcoin market that we always talk about. One altcoin will go up, 100%, 200%, take your profit, throw it into the next one that hasn't moved yet. This game is cyclical, and this is where you will be making all of those huge 1000X gains, is in this range. Do your research, guys. I will put out a video at some point going over my favorite picks in here. I just did a real quick overview telling you what to look for, but we can do a deep dive on some of these projects, and you'll be ready for the next bull run. Anyways, guys, have a great day. Peace out.